Good evening and welcome to Speaker Club Saturday night number 116. After last week's Freedom Uncensored theme, wherein we heard about different and innovative ideas about what freedom is and what it means to each one of us, this week it's time for a little bit of a fun. I wouldn't say just fun because it has a lot of connect with the deeper uh, ideas of what we miss in our life or what we would want in our life. So the open mic is going to be all about I wish if I could. So there'll be different perspectives that will be shared or asked by Akanksha, who will be discussing about different facets or different ideas. And each one of you all can respond, and looking forward to your responses and all. We can learn from each other about what we could do from the different ideas that we are going to discuss. With that, I hand it over to the lead for today's session, Akanksha, and looking forward to some good interactive fun and learning in this session. Over to you, Akanksha.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the session today. The session today is titled If I Could. If I could, if only you could. How many times did we not wish that we could do certain things, though we couldn't? We never got the opportunity, or we probably just never could. So many things in our life just go away like that because we only never thought that we could do them. So today's session is going to be a series of questions starting with if I could. So even y'all, please begin your sentences of each question's answer with if I could. So here goes the very first question. If I could time travel, it could be to any timeline, one in which you existed or one in which you might exist, meaning your future, or even one in which you never existed, the past. It can be the past or the future. It can include you or it cannot include you. So, if only you could time travel.
Dr. Rashmi, go ahead.
Time travel. It is said when we are beautiful, it is God gift, and God gift to us. And when we are live our life beautiful, it is our gift to God. So it is our choice. Choice. If means what it is your choice. What you like to do, what you like to have. If I like to have this, and if I would be like this, it is my choice. It is, and again, these choices is depend on your own. You understand your own capacity, and if you understand your own capacity, and then only you are happy. Otherwise, always if will never go anywhere. Always if is there. But if you like to remove if, then you have to understand your own capacity. Like if I will standing under the mango tree and I'm asking oranges, I will never get. So if I will stand under the orange tree and ask mango, I will never get. So choice is mine. So I think this is my choice. I should, if I never think if I will, I say I will do this. I never say if I would be like this or if I was like this. So if is not in my dictionary, I think. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Akanksha.
I think that's a very great answer, ma'am.
Yeah,
Anyone else who can respond next? Dinesha sir? Okay. Well then, Rabia ma'am, Shri Krishna sir, Suresh sir, anyone?
Yeah. May I? Good evening, one and all.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Akanksha. Good evening, Rahul, everyone. Good evening. If I could, that is what actually we are supposed to say, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If I could have the superpower, just like Doraemon, I can say, then I wish to have anywhere door.
Rabia, the question is here we are going to have Akanksha mentioned about if I could time travel. So go into a date in the past or into a future. What
Okay.
would you do?
It
Yeah,
could be
if I
including you, or it might not be including you. Any past or any future.
if I could means definitely I would go back into the past where I could live my childhood with my parents and enjoy each and every day how I spent with like a queen. I can say myself to be living in a heaven where all my wishes get fulfilled without me saying a word. So that was a place I could call it to be a paradise on earth, which I lived in. And I wish to go back once again if I could travel back. Thank you.
Very interesting. Thank you. Akanksha, go ahead.
I think we all do wish sometimes to relive our childhood. So thank you, Rabia ma'am, for that answer. Good evening, Lakshmi Narayana sir. Are you in a position to be speaking? Probably not. Okay. Shri Krishna sir or Suresh sir?
Yeah.
Suresh, go ahead.
If I could you repeat the question once again?
If I could time travel.
If I could, I wish to travel back to 20 years and try to work in NASA and becoming an astronaut and exploring the other areas apart from Earth. Yeah. Thank you.
I think that's a very interesting answer, becoming an astronaut, going to NASA. Thank you, Suresh sir, for that. Shri Krishna sir?
One thing I will like to change is my decision to join para and
You really should have seen that coming. And what made you regret that decision? Or if not, what would you change? If not Parayana, then what is it?
Shri Krishna, you're on mute if you're speaking.
थोड़ा हो सकता है लेकिन इससे
I think sir is facing some network
Akanksha,
issues.
Shri Krishna is facing some challenge. I think you can continue.
Okay. So, Mother sir, if I could time travel. So, if you could time travel into the past or into the future, in a timeline you've existed or you did not exist, which one would it be and why?
So exactly, I don't know what topic is happening right now, but to understand, if I have a chance to go past, uh, I have a regret in my life about my capabilities. I haven't fully used it. I mean, in every stage, even in studies or in my career starting days or wherever I got opportunity, now I'm feeling that I have a lot of capabilities, but I haven't used maybe 5-10% used. That every time I'm having. So that is the one regret I have. I don't say exactly regret, and I feel like I would have been little more if I put my efforts, my career or my life will be more, or if I taken that step instead of this step, those things. But I can say those are experiences. Based on that, maybe our decision making will change. So that's particularly I don't have any those things, but this kind of thoughts I will get sometime, and that really made me in present to take a good decision. I'm not sure. Sorry if I know out of topic I discussed. I'm not sure.
No, sir, that was the exact question and you answered it really well. Thank you so much, sir. Dinesha, sir?
If I could travel back, I want to build one skill and take it to the next level and contribute that skill to the society, even world. I want to become expert in that. I want to become a legend in that. If I want to travel in future, now I have realized and I am searching in myself of what is my expert and trying to take it to the next level. That's what my future will be.
Thank you, Dinesha sir.
Thank you.
Rahul sir?
I'm not sure about the past, but I think there are many times when we are doing things, different things that we are doing, experimenting with things or trying out new things. I feel I would rather go into the future and see how what all I've done transpires into. Because today, if I'm doing something, there's sometimes a half-hearted effort, not sure of what is going to happen. And so I am actually not giving the complete effort. But sometimes I feel I'm leaving that to destiny. Then. That if I know what is destiny, then will I make an effort? Or am I creating something which is becoming my destiny by what I'm doing today? And so I feel going back or going forward, like wonderfully said just now, that by Madhu as an example, that the missed capabilities in the past have given us the learnings without which we would have not have come to this place, is an interesting learning that I felt is a good point that Madhu shared. I love that. And beyond that, I feel everything, either if you still want to go back, like Suresh mentioned about NASA, or someone else, Rabia mentioned about going to childhood, or Srikrishna telling not to pursue Narayana, I feel that we have to look at the past in two aspects. One is, what is the fact? I'm not sure if I can go back and bring my parents or the good times that I had if I don't have them with me, or the choice of reversing NASA Narayana thing or anything like that. I often classify these things as facts and plausibilities. Today, it might not be, like Suresh mentioned, going back to NASA and becoming an astronaut. Might be, if that is your calling. And if you still ring, if when the question was asked by Akanksha right now, you thought about NASA and becoming an astronaut, there's somewhere deep within you that idea that is unfulfilled. The question is, might be you may not be able to go to NASA, but can you engage yourself and try to fulfill that desire which is there within you, is a question that you need to ask. How? The process begins after you believe that it is plausible. That is what I would say. So as for the past, look at what is plausible and look at what is the fact, and accordingly take a call. As for the future, I believe you are the one who are creating by what you're doing now. Unlike what I wished for, I am not sure whether that's a good thing that I'll be asking for or not by time traveling to the future date. If I see that as an example, Speak Up Club is not a part of the future after 10 years in my life, I might stop it after this session only. You never know. Why give so much of an effort which is not going to be a part of your life after 10 years is a question that I might have. Possibly it could be that I might have given that one Saturday break. But if I stop acting or cancel the sessions now, you never know. So that's the thing. Over to you, Akanksha.
Thank you, Rahul sir. I think there's one main point to know, that you do build your destiny. It's not like it's written. So I think it's a very interesting point you've shared, that what if you really do know your destiny? Would you still work for it? So thank you for that. Uma ma'am, are you in a position to be able to speak?
Maybe if you want, you can just note down that.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Go ahead then. Akanksha, go with the question.
Yes. So Uma ma'am, the question is, if I could time travel anytime, again, let me also mention that it might have you, or the timeline might not have you. So you can still go and live in that timeline. That's my question.
Okay. It looks like an imaginary question, or
Absolutely.
yeah. If I could just go back and relive the timeline again, I think I would live the days which I enjoyed with my son. That's the only thing which is coming to my mind now. The lovely moments which I spent with him, the happiness that he gave to me during those 24 years, the achievements, the celebrations, the success moments that I enjoyed with him. That's what comes to my mind. And yesterday being Krishna Jayanti, I remembered him a lot. as small Krishna. I remember having decorated him as Krishna, and I saw Prashant in all Krishnas, and that's how I remembered him. So now all children are Prashant to me. That's how I'm looking everyone, and so looking back at timeline, I would like to go back to the happy moments which I spent with him. I wish I could do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much for your answer. And as for me, I think I framed the question in a way that I framed it because I wanted to answer it in a way I wanted to tell. I mentioned that I may or may not be present because as for me, I wouldn't want to relive my past again. Once was enough. And like, I think I don't want to, there are mistakes I made too, and I don't want to correct them because at that time I was happy making the mistakes. My younger self was happy making the mistakes. I won't steal the happiness from her. Let my younger self be happy making the mistakes. I'd be happy learning from the mistakes. So if I could actually time travel, I wouldn't just lose the opportunity because I don't want to live my past. I'd go back to the ancient times because I am an ardent fan of mythology. So I might either go into the Hindu mythology timeline or the Greek mythology one. So I'll either learn about what actually happened in the Mahabharata. I've been curious about it for a very long time because there are different versions of it. As time progressed, there have been many changes to the original version. So I would want to actually live in that timeline and learn what really happened. And coming to the Greek mythology, the same again. Achilles and Patroclus. I want to relive their story and see what actually happened there. So that's my version of it. Dinesha sir?
I said Tatastu.
Thank you.
You may not wake up tomorrow morning, Akanksha. You'll be back in between Arjuna and Krishna in between the war while he's giving the gyan.
At least I learned something then. That's a very good
Go ahead.
thing.
Next one.
So thank you all for your responses. I think we've had very interesting responses and a lot of learning, especially with this question. If you could travel back in time, and it wasn't just mentioned back, but most of y'all did answer traveling back, none to the future. I don't think none of y'all is like curious to see what's going to happen in the future because it never will be the same. I think we've all learned that one. So the next question is, if I could travel wherever I want to, where would you go if you could travel anywhere and everywhere? Would you go in search of a place or would you try to find a home for yourself? Would you travel and come back immediately back to your house or would you go and never ever come back again? So which one would it be and why? If I could travel anywhere. Anyone? Ramsay, you seem to be thinking.
I think I'll travel to Panchkani and somehow not come back. Because I've spent 3 years in Panchkani for my schooling, and I still have fond memories of the warmth that that place has. I'm not sure if the warmth is still there today, but I still feel that the mountains and the kind of simplicity of life which is there over there is something which is always appealing to me. So if at some point in time, if I get to run away, you can find me in Panchkani, please. You can put the posters there, you'll find me there.
Do you want us to find you or do you not want us to find you?
No, I'm okay. You can wait for the Saturday. I'll log in from there also. Over to you.
Interesting now. Dinesha sir?
If I want to travel, I am basically like a spirituality person. I started for becoming this more spirituality after COVID. I want to travel inside my body. What is there? Basically, do the meditation, go inside, see the each part. That's why I want to travel. Not physically other places. Inside, I want to travel. I want to explore.
Send him to endoscopy department, please. He'll see everything inside.
I want to feel inside, not like endoscopy department, sir. Like how my heart beats, Like if I sit for 1 hour, na, there will be a different experience I'll get. I go like deeper.
Interesting.
That's one answer I've never ever seen coming. It's completely unexpected. And it sounds like something definitely a doctor would be asking. If I could travel inside and see what's actually in there, maybe I would have done things better. So I also mentioned the endoscopy department. That's a very good place for you, sir. So any answers? Any other answers? Rabia ma'am, I think you were speaking.
Yeah, I would love to go to Switzerland because movies and all had a great impact on my mind. As such, I love to visit once. And as I told already many a times about sunrise and sunset on the seashore. These are the two places which I wish to visit. Thank you.
Sri Krishna has mentioned in the chat, I would want to travel to a place where aliens live and interact with them and return.
Anywhere. That's why I mentioned anywhere. I didn't mention a
No, that's what
specific earth or anything.
that's what he said, where aliens live. So he's sure aliens are there. He wants to travel to that place. That is the question.
Yes, definitely. I think for people who believe in the concept of multiverse, they can travel anywhere. Shri Krishna sir, so why would you want to travel to where aliens live?
He can't type so much, so let's skip that. If
Can
you,
you, Shri Krishna sir, are you in a position to unmute? If you can speak, if your network's better.
it's a little challenging. Sri Krishna, whatever, if it's a long answer, if you can type it out, we'll read it for you. In the meantime, others, please. Madhu, Uma ma'am, Dr. Rashmi.
Yeah, I love traveling, and I would like to be amidst nature, waterfalls, and also like Rabia ma'am said, the Switzerland also is my dream, and Vaishnav Devi, Amarnath Yatra, all these I look forward to. Hopefully, I would like to visit all these places by God's grace. Let me see. Have a lot of plans. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All of us hope you get to travel to all of the places you really do wish to travel. Lakshmi Narayana sir, anyone else? Madhu sir, anyone?
For me, especially, it's an interesting question because I haven't thought about that. Particular place, where. But when I think about that, I got one thing is like wherever we go with family to the temples or any places, new places. No, we go and come back within 1 day or 2 day, like hurry burry like that. But I just wanted to go there and spend like maybe 1 week in a good place. Like for example, we went to Chennai last month June. Kanchi and all Arunachal and all those so very beautiful places. But only in 1 day or 2 day we are not able to enjoy those moments. So definitely, if I wanted to visit, along with family and everyone, not me or my wife and kids, along with my mother and my sister's family, like that, maybe bunch of people, and just we want to spend some time, at least 3 to 4 days in one place. Like that, just I want to see all the great places in India and other countries. That's the wish.
Sri Krishna mentions just want to interact with them because I have curiosity to see them, like we have an image about aliens, but I want to see and talk with them so that I can know how aliens really are.
I'm not sure if you'll get to
You
talk.
said you want to return back. I'm not sure about the returning part. They'll keep you there. They are also curious. How do humans look or feel?
Exactly, and they'll try to research, you try to research. It's going to be a never-ending process.
We have created our own visuals with regard to that Jadoo movie or something like that. But yes, interesting. Aganksha, back to you.
AJ sir, good evening. The question here is, if I could travel anywhere I want to,
Okay, may I speak? Yeah. So actually, 2 days ago, I just got information about a place through Facebook, one Facebook blog, and that when I just observed that place, I was really interested and excited about that place. That if any day I get chance, I will go there. That place name is Oravili. Oravili, like nearby Pondicherry. That place. Actually, in that blog, actually he explained very well that there is no politics, any kind of religion is not there. Only Matri Mandir name is only a temple, and there is no actually worshipping are there. Only we have to go to the temple and be silent for 30 minutes, 1 hour. And when I just watched some actually scenery also there, I'm really excited about that place, and I really wanted to go that place one day. Actually, from the childhood till now, I I went. I don't go anywhere actually till now, but now through this Zoom and through this internet connection, I'm connected to every state's members today in India. From the every states, I think I just connected with that persons, and I have that dream also that I wanted to connect with, meet those persons physically. So that's it.
Thank you, AJ sir. That was a very beautiful answer. Anyone else? Rahul sir?
Already mentioned Panchgani.
Yes. So
I
do you think anyone else will
we-
answer our next question?
We can move ahead. I think it's 9:36.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
The idea that I wanted to talk here was whatever you have mentioned right now, but for the factor of money and budget, like Switzerland or something like that, write it down on a piece of paper. Stick it somewhere where you can read it, you can see it, and plan for it. Sometimes you keep planning. Whatever you said right now you might have been thinking about it for the last 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. But the reality is life will keep moving on like this. Life will keep passing off, and then you won't get the time to actually do the things that you want. So while you're busy right now, rushing into things, AJ is doing his sessions, Uma ma'am is taking her classes, Dr. Rashmi is doing all the consultations and traveling and busy, Madhu is doing something, Dinesha is doing something. These are things that will matter. Because today, if I were to think of in the past, I'm thinking of Panchkari because that is something that I want. After 20 years, if I've not done Panchgani, what's the point of living? So Madhu, put an application today. Maybe after 6 months, you're going to take a 1 week break. Book the tickets today. Spend the money today so that you will fear that I can't afford the cancellation charges. You have to push yourself. Whatever you guys said, okay, I'm not sure about Switzerland. I'm not sure about the budget of Switzerland, but otherwise, Aurovilla, AG that you mentioned, see how you can reach there. Take a break for 3-4 days or 1 week or whatever you want. Tonight, sit and see what you can do about it. Otherwise, after 1 year, we are doing this session again. You'll be telling the same thing again. And the worst thing, you're 1 year older. You're 1 year closer to your death. And this thing would not have happened. So I want you all to see, because like we are in this mad rush. I want to do a lot of things in life. I'm doing this, my profession, my work, my responsibilities, and all those things. With this question that Akanksha has posed, it's actually a good insight. What do you truly desire? Because life is not about the external things that you do. It's also about experiencing what you have. Could be by traveling, could be the wish that you're talking of in the previous question. So 1 year later, when we are having this same session, I don't want the same things to be coming up again without you having done anything about it. There will be situations. I'm telling plan for it. Simple. We do not take out time for things for ourselves, for you, for your family, whatever it is, whatever your logic was. This recording will be there on YouTube. Remember that. I don't want you to be looking at this recording 10 years later and then thinking I said that and I've still not done it. Over to you, Akanksha. Madhu.
Yeah, I just wanted to share one thing. I think 1 or 2 months back, Uma ma'am and Akansha did one program, one session. It kind of quiz, giving the names of the highlights of the city or the place, and asking the name of the city. Then only I decided to, or I haven't enjoyed anything in my life. As you mentioned, after 10 years, or you look back and what we have done or what we achieved. So then I decided that is because of that reason, last month when I went to the Chennai, I just stayed only 3 days. But even though just I booked a tempo with all around 15 people, we went to around 2 days. We went around 5 to 6 places. That really, I felt like, I have to wherever possible, whenever possible. I just wanted to
Can't
visit.
hear. My connection is poor.
Yeah, so that's
Akanksha, over to you. Next question.
Thank you, Madhu sir. I was thinking of answering the question. I'm so glad I didn't do it before whatever you're going to say, because since the question is phrased in a way that never mentioned if the place is real or something, so it could be the multiverse travel or it could be traveling to heaven too. I'm so glad I didn't answer before whatever you were going to say. Because
Go to heaven.
exactly, go to heaven. That definitely doesn't sound right. So I'm glad I didn't do it before. So moving on to the next question. If I could switch lives with someone for a day, imagine you got to live your life like somebody else for an entire day. You get to be them. You get to live life in a way they live it every day. Who would it be, and why would it only be them? Why not somebody else? Why only them? And what would you do the whole day by living the life as them? So, if I could switch lives with someone for a day, I think everyone started thinking now.
I was waiting for that.
Who would it be? If
Yeah,
can I switch lives with a very rich person and transfer the money to my bank account?
Madhu, go ahead.
yeah. Why we are thinking means there is no particular one person, at least in my case, because there are many people we feel like by seeing them, at least some portion of them, if we spend maybe at least a few days, that would be really nice. I have a friend, I think he's from 2009. Uh, he is a film writer, but he's very unique. I can definitely guarantee that out of 1 lakh people, he is even no, we cannot find even one person like, because he's completely unique and he don't really blame anyone and he don't bother about tomorrow, and he just only do present. And I had never seen no, he's blaming about others, and he like uh, play jokes about him also in case of any situation. Generally, in those cases, we blame. Oh, if it is that, na, then this happens like that. But he play like I mean, in overall his character wise, I feel like at least some portion of it I have to be like him. So just like that in every stage, some people they're very I don't say like the poor, but they're very happy what they have. We feel like still something we have, but still we need much more something like that. So those kind of things we feel like by seeing a few people in our life, that feeling like it.
Thank you so much, Madhu sir, for your answer. I think we can actually learn a lot. Putting ourselves in other shoes and trying to understand how they think is a very interesting thing to do.
Ma'am, go
Oh.
ahead.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah, I would like to live the life of Modi. I'm always a busy person, and I really wonder how busy the PM will be. So just one day, I would like to see how busy he is and what are all his appointments. How does he keep himself occupied throughout the day? From where does he get the energy? Just want to relive one day as Modi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama, for the answer. I think we all use are you the PM of India? Are you as busy as a prime minister as a metaphor? But I think that's a very good answer because you do want to understand what he is like and what his daily schedule is. So thank you. Shri Krishna sir, if I could switch lives, I will switch life with MS Dhoni because as a cricket fan, I would love to see the life of a cricketer. And also, if possible, I would like to learn many things from MSD. Thank you so much, Shri Krishna sir, for the answer.
AJ, Dinesha, Dr. Rashmi. You're on mute, Dr. Rashmi. Yeah,
Unmute, yeah.
audible now.
Yes. Oh, my connection is not very good today. Sorry. this is very wonderful question actually. But I would like to say everybody's life paper is different. You should not copy, so you will fail. But it's very good question too. You can try your shoes in others, and then you will understand how they are suffering. Means you are connected to their emotions, their inner core, and if your willpower is strong, you will be there. Like Uma ma'am just said, I like to be like a PM. How he's coping life, because everybody has their own willpower, and if you are dreaming like this, eventually you will become. So that's really good. So I feel like I don't like to copy anyone, be sure, because I basically I know my capacity and all, but there is no harm to dream. If you have dream and you are persistently you are working toward your dream, one day you will achieve. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi ma'am, for your answer. I think that's a very interesting insight too, considering that you do not want to do it or live like someone else. Thank you for that answer. AJ sir?
Before the answer, may I share a short story related to it?
Sure, sir, sure.
Quick.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Actually, one person is actually very unhappy for his own life, and he always go to temple and just abuse the god. Why this kind of bad things happen to me? Why I'm not that kind of rich? Why I'm not able to? This kind of a lot of problems are there. So one day he just met with a old sage, and he just instructed him that you can solve your problem. It's easy, very easy. So he's too excited. How I solve my own problem? So he just told him that you just do one thing. You go to that temple. There is a particular name, that temple, and there is a tray. In that tray, you just do one thing. You just write down your problems in your paper, and just actually tie it with that tray. If you do it within 7 days, your problem will solve. But there is a condition. What is the condition? You have to exchange with a paper. There is a lot of paper also. If you have to exchange your problem with another's problem, that problem will replace to you. Your problem will replace to him. So you can understand what I'm trying to say. You think your problem is the most problem in this world. So definitely that person is going to actually went to that tree, and when he just reached that place, he just actually astonished by seeing there is a lot of papers available. So, but he has no courage to replace any problem. When he tried to replace any problems with any other paper, he just tried to think, I have hands, legs, everything. If anyone has that kind of disease in that paper, then what will be in my life? If any beggar is there, if any beggar's wishes is there, then I will be beggar. And after thinking a lot, he just returned the home and understand what is the life actually. And he understands that he's very happy nowadays, because he has not that courage to replace anyone's problem. So then he understands that he is really a happy person. So because of that, I wanted to share my answer here, that like Dr. Rosmi ma'am, I don't want to live anyone's life. But yes, if the question is that you have to choose one person, then I wanted to choose that person who is the beggar at the road. I wanted to replace a life to him, because I wanted to live that life. I wanted to understand how they become happy after a lot of struggle, after a lot of difficulties, how they become happy. I wanted to understand that emotion. If I am able to capture that emotion, then no one can demotivate me, and anyone in any time I'll be not actually unhappy. It's my reason. I don't want to replace my life with a rich person. I want to replace my life with a very poor person who is more poor than me, so that I can understand my value, my lifespan. That's it.
Thank you so much, AJ sir, for the answer. I think it's wonderful of how you wanted to learn a different life, a life from others' perspective. Thank you so much for that. Ellen sir?
Mm, Ellen,
Yeah, can
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, actually, I would like to go MS Dhoni life. MS Dhoni like that. Reason my passion is cricket. So I used to feel sometimes how he is playing or something. I resonate with my life actually. So if I had chance, surely I will do that role. What best I can do for my country. Reason actually I still I'm actually today morning also I'm doing some important work. Suddenly I heard someone is playing in ground after a long time. Just I skipped that work and played 2 overs. Then I came and continued my work. So like that actually I used to think actually cricket. Nowadays I'm avoiding cricket actually. Reason once I seen that one, I want to go there. So I would like one cricketer need to represent India as a captain like that. Reason I represent a lot of captain in my college, school days and everything for states also. So I would like to go that one. Yeah, thank you.
That's a really, really interesting answer because wanting to represent your own country and wanting to live your dreams in the form of someone else's is a very interesting thought. Dinesha sir?
I want to replace my life if I get a chance one day with Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, sir. I recently heard about his contribution to about this India. He saved the India. Otherwise, Jammu Kashmir not part of India. Even Hyderabad was becoming a part of Pakistan. Then the border issue has come. Would have come. We would have not lived happily because of his like contribution. We were living very happily.
Thank you, Dinesha sir. Suresh sir?
Yeah, here I would like to say, actually, I'm doing experiment, and with this, whatever the wisdom is coming in my life, I'm applying in the realization. So definitely, this life I would like to utilize in a impactful way to reach the maximum people's life, some kind of impact. So this is what I would like to leave, what currently I am also doing. So in this way, I can say I'm doing experiment with my life. So I'm not resonating with any others at this juncture.
Again, that's a really good answer. Not wanting to do it, even though you're offered to do it. Thank you for that, Suresh sir. Rahul sir?
Mm, Maybe again, like I mentioned in the previous question also, some of my idols are someone like Warren Buffett or Rahul Dravid or Abdul Kalam. They are the ones who are not fretted with the normal societal definitions of success, the money, fame, and all those things. Actually, if I were to get to live their life, I would want to live it and understand how do they resist themselves from this worldly definition of success. Because sometimes after whatever we are doing, however how much ever we are doing, that feeling comes, where is the money, where is that fame, nobody's liking my posts on Instagram. Those questions keep coming up often, and these are people I feel who have gone way beyond, or how did they deal with these kind of constant distractions to what I envision is something that I would like to learn by living their life for a day, because they also might be having those expectations. Do they have the expectations, or is it that they have gone way beyond that level, that they do not put themselves in the parameter of what the world thinks? So that's something that I would like to maybe explore by living the lives of others. So thank you everyone for sharing those things. Very interesting points from AJ, Suresh, and everyone. The thing which I like, okay, Akanksha, you go first. Others you'll say you told, and so After I've talked about it, you'll say that nothing I did good, I didn't share my things. Akanksha, go ahead.
Sir,
No, no,
even,
I just
sorry,
want,
Akansha, even Uma madam also raising hands.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yes, Uma ma'am, you can go ahead first.
No, I think I have spoken about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to share a small thought here. Would you rather live yourself as themselves, or would you like to live as someone close to them and learn from their daily routines? So, because you said you want to live as them, but you still have your mind there as you, it would still be you living as them, but not them. I don't know. I'm just putting a thought out here. Would you like to live as someone close or rather as they themselves? Because if I got the chance to personally live as someone, I think I would try to understand my lecturers or someone or my teachers, their personal lives, because I've always seen them in a way in their professional front as someone and they could be someone entirely different in their personal life. So I would rather want to see them more as someone human and not a huge person that is scary. So that's my want
Yeah,
I want to share.
Akanksha, after then, once you come to know about it, then you won't have any complaints about any teacher.
Exactly.
There you go. Now you have to go and stay with Rabia. I think every definition will change of why you see teachers in a certain way or why you have your complaints. So Rabia,
Yeah.
Definitely.
please make the
Yes.
appointment so that we can have a solution to this problem. You'll also get to
Sure.
know how today's students are.
Yeah,
Rabia.
exactly. That's true.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you on all the responses for this. Different ideas that came in here, AJ, Uma ma'am, or Dinesha, or everyone who mentioned over here. Uh, if you're looking to be someone else, to run away from who you are, remember, you'll get to know the realities of those people also. Like AJ mentioned, the chit, the paper, you'll get to know the realities of them also. But if you're going to, like Akanksha mentioned, be a third person or be a witness to how these things are or how the other person is, that's an attitude of learning that you can have. And you don't have to live the lives of those people. I've always felt biographies or being in close proximity to the people that, or understanding the thoughts and ideas that these people have. Again, not the edited or the fine-tuned or refined, polished content that you see in the virtual space, but the real ground level reality of how the person is. Once you, even for that matter, as an example, each one of you all know me in a different way now. But you come into my house, come into my business, sit there and see who I am or how I am, you'll get a different picture altogether. So someone might be thinking, okay, I think that I want to be like Uma ma'am. Look at the follower that she has, look at the likes that she gets on Facebook and all those things. But at the ground level, when I be her, when I witness her in first hand, I might get a different picture altogether. So yeah, two things. Do not run away from who you are. And if you have to learn from someone whom you idolize, look at what they're doing and how they became, to learn from that and accordingly see how you can find a match in your life for that. Akanksha, last question.
Okay, so before the last question, here's another thought. You can actually get into the life of someone really rich, transfer some money into your bank account, let them sign some documents that they can't take the money back, and you're safe. You can live your own life here the way you want to. Just a thought.
If you have got a wish, they'll also get one, right? You will not be left. First, you will get there, and then he'll take not only his, but yours also. Remember that.
Maybe.
Go ahead. Next question.
Okay, so if you could make the whole world listen to you for a minute, suddenly just imagine you have a huge microphone, or you just have a small microphone with speakers in every house or near with everyone. So everyone in the world right now can listen to what you're going to say for just 1 minute, not for longer. So would you actually spend the half of the minute or more than that thinking of what you want to say and waste the minute? Or would you immediately come and say what comes to your mind? So I think you can respond immediately to this question so that your first thoughts will be the thoughts you're going to speak. Please don't think too much for this.
Dr. Rashmi, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel myself is very blessed, and I will enjoy 1 minute moment. and I
Dr.
I
Rashmi,
thoroughly enjoy.
Dr. Rashmi, your voice is breaking up. Can you switch off
So
your video and then speak?
I will enjoy that playfulness. Thank you. Hello. I don't know. The connection is very poor.
Okay. Let's go with next. Sri Krishna says, I would definitely. Yes, Suresh Kapati, go ahead.
Yes, sir. This is the only one life. We don't know after this life. Okay. We need to leverage this life by interacting the maximum people and by sharing our what we learned and by giving the insights what we got and by learning from the others. And with this, we have to create by using all of our energies into synergy. So this is what maximum we can do. Yeah, with this signing off.
Thank you, Siri sir.
May I?
AJ sir, Rabia ma'am, Madhu sir.
सब लोग को एक मिनट अब भी चाहिए. Go ahead. AJ, go ahead.
Okay. So when this kind of situation come, firstly, I will first 50 seconds, I will not say anything. If I get 1 minute, 50 seconds, I will not say anything. I wanted to feel that piece of silence when everybody stop actually listens to me. And lastly, 10 seconds, I will say thank you because of actually becoming silence in this way. Because this silence we not find in this world. We just find the everyone wants to speak. So at that time, I also want to keep quiet so that I can feel that silence. And lastly, thank you for everyone actually listening me my silence, supporting me for this silence, this 50 seconds.
That's a great answer, AJ sir. One that I really did not expect because I expected everyone to come up with some liner like, share, comment, save.
Next.
Shall I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I would just say live and let live, because that is the thing we just say, but we never do that. So that is what in 1 minute I would like to say to the whole world: live and let live others. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabia ma'am. Rahul sir, I think you would have a great perspective here.
We had others. We had Madhu. Madhu, go ahead.
Okay.
So if I have a 1 minute, if I speak to the entire world, generally, to be very honest, we just how we want to be, we just try to pretend ourselves like that. To be very honest, because that's our aim. No, everyone has to look at me like this. But to be like a genuine way, if I want to be in 1 minute, how I am, I'll be like that. Whether I speak so fast, they don't understand, or I speak nonsense, whatever it is, because then only about me, I'll know, and maybe that may help. And it's me. Whether it is I get a compliment or everyone feels bad, whatever it is, I feel like that's the place we learn from the entire world what I am. So I feel like I'll be like myself at that even complete 1 minute. How I'm speaking right now, same.
Thank you, Madhu sir. I think being your real authentic self is something very good that we all have to do rather than try to pretend to be someone else. So thank you for your answer. Dinesha sir?
Whatever the luxuries presently we are enjoying, all because of this was our elders who contributed. Contribute whatever you have selflessly and forget that like and share instead of replace with care and love, and enjoy every moment.
Okay. Yeah. So, Uma, go ahead.
Yeah. Nothing is permanent in this life. Only change is permanent. So just accept the reality and move ahead and celebrate life. Share as much as you can with others, whatever you have in excess, and touch as many lives as possible and create some impact. Wherever you go, leave an impact. That's it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Ellen, go ahead.
Yeah, I used to tell to actually what I will tell self love. You need to start love yourself first. So you can love all others. So that is my one thing. I wish to share to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen, sir. Well, most of us answered love everyone else. You asked love yourself first. I think that's a very interesting thing that we all have to learn because love begins with self. That's so true. Rahul, sir, any answers?
Who else is left? Rabia, Dr. Rashmi.
Yeah, I just have told about live and let live means to say people are more worried and bothered about others' life than their own. So that's what I wanted to make a people everyone to understand that live life to the fullest by keeping an eye and focus on ourselves than rather than others. That's it. Thank you.
Interesting. Interesting. Akanksha, go ahead.
I think my answer would be all donations are welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Again, yeah, I think summing up, I would say, from what I think of it is that it boils down to life. I would only say maybe what I would say is that life isn't as long as you're expecting it to be. Live with the reality that death is coming. And once you think of that, you will do a lot of things differently. You would start not gathering all the possessions or materialistic things that you're having and experience life in a different way. I think that is what I would say, because people live with the presumption that life is forever. And that is where we miss out on the beauty of what life can be. Only when you're living in spirit, living in that day in and day out, what you're doing and how you're doing it. If I were to tell you there is no tomorrow, what would you be doing now? You would not be attending the speaker club session. I'm not sure. There'll always be other things which are important, which are taken for granted. You'd be getting back to those. Just because you do not have the idea of death in your mind doesn't mean death is not coming. But because you do not have the idea of death in your mind, you are leaving it for some other day of things which really matter to you. So your money, bank account, fame, success, all those things won't matter. What will matter is the love that you're spreading and the people that you have in your life. I think you'll start looking at them in a different perspective if you look at death coming tomorrow. That's what I would say. Over to you.
Though it was longer than a minute, I think that's a very interesting. I think the first would be I need one more minute, please.
If anyone can
complete
his message, actually, which I wanted to say, in that 1 minute, if anyone can complete his message, then he's the #1 public speaker, I think, in the world.
You always want more. You always want more.
Secondly, anyone can share all the social media handles, Instagram ID, Facebook ID, YouTube channel, because all the actually whole population at that time listening. So you will be rich. You will be viral within 1 day, I think.
That is if they follow you. They just listen to you, not definitely do it.
Definitely they will follow, because I'm not talking about the everyone. You just take it percentage. That's it.
Yes, definitely.
Nice. Interesting.
So thank you everyone for all your answers today. I think we've had some very good insights and some completely unexpected answers. I think I did not expect so much of learning in a fun session, but that's the Speaker Club. You learn everywhere, you learn from everyone. Thank you all for another wonderful night of learnings and fun at the same time. Over to you,
Thank you. Thank you, Akanksha. I think it was a session which was not planned, like we mentioned, an open mic, and the entire purpose of it was to unbox the can of things that you're bundled with, but you don't think about it or you don't talk about it, and pass the life that you have. So whether it was the first question about time travel, about what you want, what you desire for the future, or what you would want to change from the past, it would have given you the answer of what you can still do, things that you can still change, still things that you can still work around in a different way. Might not be exactly the way you wanted it, but you can still work around the things. Traveling, with regard to the question about traveling, about what all you can do, you've got the answer, you have given the answer. Now see reverse of how you can make that possible, about the lives of others. It tells about what all you find your life to be missing with. And if you acknowledge that, you can still search for how you can find the missing pieces from other people's life rather than comparing it with others. And the last one being about the idea of 1 minute message. So what's your story to the world? If everyone is listening, what are you going to say to them? Because all of us are trying to have that 1 minute of mind space of others where they are listening to us. They are constantly having their complete attention to what we are going to say. But if you don't have an answer to what you're going to say, it's time you need to get a clarity on what is your message, what is your DNA, what is that one thing, one philosophy that you would want the world to listen from you by the way you're saying it or by the way you're living your life. I think that's where the answer is. With that, we come to an end for today's session. Let me close the usual way and then we'll stay back for networking. Saturday nights have never been this beautiful for the last 116 Saturday nights now. It's been an honor to be sharing our perspectives, listening to your perspectives and gaining new perspectives. Thank you for the love that you keep coming back every Saturday night and adding life to our lives and to every member of the Speak Up Club family. Thank you. See you next Saturday, 9 p.m. again. Good night, everyone.